inside of us. So while I was at that school, my first official job was 16, but when I was in 6th grade, I had an opportunity to actually help clean up that school with a friend of mine. And you know, for somebody that's 12 to be given the responsibility and the keys to the school, you know, to help clean, you know, and we cleaned toilets and all that kind of stuff, and we didn't make a lot of money, but I think it was like $10 a week. So that first 3 weeks that I worked, my mom and dad's anniversary was coming. And so I took that first 3 weeks of work, and I gotta get a picture of this because that magazine rack is still standing today. I bought this magazine rack for their anniversary with my first 3 weeks of work.
Right.
And it's still, it was good, made in the USA. So when I graduated there, I wanted to go to this great school. It was hard to get in. It was Whitney Young Magnet High School, and it's still one of the premier schools in Chicago. And they had a formula, and you had to test to get in there. And my brother, he went to Lane Tech. That, you know, we need more Lane Techs now because he learned how to do everything: welding, working on cars, and woodwork. And he actually does hardwood floors now. So those type of jobs, you know, are jobs that we kind of got away from. And everybody said, well, I'm going to college, so I don't have to do that stuff. But you know what? Somebody still got to put plumbing in your house, still got to do your electric, and still got to build your house. So those are good jobs that we need to target again. So I got my first job at 16. It was with Jewel. That was my first union job, United Food and Commercial Workers Union. Stayed there, went to college a little bit, was homesick, went to Carbondale, came back home, went back to Jewel. 21. Such a great opportunity for me to get a job with the Illinois State Police. I've had that job for 28 and a half years, union also. And,
all right.
And what I'm telling you is, I love this state. This state has allowed me to raise my family. This state and those unions has allowed me to put my kids through school. All of them have gone through college, they got their degrees. And that is what I am here to protect for the people of the 99th District. So we've had some decent reps, you know, and who really concentrated on what the constituents of the 99th District wanted. You know, we've got the highest concentration of state workers, state retirees, pensioners right here in the 99th. But your governor took our good rep and put his own rep in there to vote for whatever he wanted, which is not for the unions. He wants a right to work state, and we're not having it.
All right.
We're not having it. So let me tell you, so I'm on my second list here. So, you know, it's been a trying couple days because, you know, although I can hardly stomach 45, I had to watch the State of the Union.
Of course. Of course.
And, you know, there's good and bad in everything. So I'm going to say the one good thing about this guy winning is it kicked us all in the butt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we were complacent, and things were going really, really well, you know, and we were on the right track. And then all of a sudden, what the heck? You know, we're like going in reverse here, you know, and we're fighting for civil rights and civil liberties that we had and we're supposed to have, and we thought we had, and now things are going in reverse. So I'm looking at the State of the Union. This is the only thing I'm going to say about that because Jennifer likes to keep me on point, where I'm not all over the place, you know, that as he claimed that this was an address of unity, then he gets to the end and blames, you know, our Latino brothers and sisters for why a lot of people are poor and don't have jobs. You know, I'm not sure how that's unifying, but nobody knows how that mind works. So, done with that. The state of the state today, does anybody know about the movie Groundhog's Day? Anybody seen it?
Yeah.
That's what the state of the state address was today. It was the same this year as it was last year and the last couple of years. The same thing. And you know what he wants? The same thing. He wants term limits. He wants to restructure your pensions. He thinks that state workers make too much money. You know what? There's nothing to me more insulting than a millionaire telling me I make too much money. Now, if you're a construction worker busting your butt every day, and you say I'm making too much money, I can understand that. But don't be in your high and mighty and tell me that my $50,000 is too much. You know what? Your mortgage company don't think it's too much. Your Visa and MasterCard don't think it's too much. And they ain't gonna cut their rate when he's trying to cut your pay. So those were a lot of the things. Now, the three things that I'm most interested in is education, and from the lower level all the way to the college level. We have taken such a hit in our educational system and in our colleges. Our kids don't even want to go here. We've got a foundation that we give scholarships to kids, and out of 11 scholarships we gave last year, only 2 of those students went to school in Illinois. Only 2. And because it cost too much, because they didn't get the money, because we didn't have a budget. Okay, so now the price is going up. So education, and we need new industries. And a lot of that old stuff is not coming back. But a lot of new jobs are. And like cybersecurity. And I want to applaud Lincoln Land because they just started. They're getting ready to start a cybersecurity class and major out at Lincoln Land. And that is the kind of stuff that is from this point on. We can't move backwards. We have to keep moving forward. Okay, so that, robotics, artificial intelligence, all that stuff, all that's coming. Cars that drive themselves. I'm scared of them. You're probably scared of them, but they're coming. And we can't stop that, you know. Some jobs are being eliminated by automation. This thing right here, it's about 50 jobs in here. You know, used to have an administrative assistant, all kind of stuff. You call in, you know, now you can use this to pay. I guess Amazon that just opened their new stores that don't even have cashiers. You just go in, get your stuff, and walk out. How many jobs are being eliminated by that? So, those are the kind of jobs that I'm interested in. That's the kind of stuff that I'm interested in, moving forward. But we have to train our people. There are jobs here right now that our workforce is not trained for. But we have to make it affordable. And also with college, our colleges cost too much. Kids are being saddled down with debt. And they come back home because they can't afford to even start their lives. So that's all the stuff. And all of that's just education. So now, I'm a retired law enforcement officer. Social justice is a big thing. Social justice and law enforcement and the community have to work together. I am an advocate for my brothers in law enforcement. I know what they have to go through. I know being out there in the middle of the night. I did 12 and a half years in Chicago. I did some time in the East St. Louis area. It's dangerous out there, you know? Yeah, are they afraid? Yeah, some of them are afraid, you know? And you say, well, they shouldn't have a job if they're afraid. Hey, you been out in the middle of the night trying to stop somebody? You know, it only works when we work together. It only works when we work together. So, I'm going to end now because you know, I got a couple more minutes to get some heat and stuff. But I want to thank everybody for coming out, and I want to thank you for supporting me. We are trying to move forward with this. There's no primary for me, but please still go and vote. It'll be nice to see, you know, the numbers, you know, and then we're getting prepared for our Republican opposition. If anybody wants to walk in the parade on St. Patrick's Day, let my campaign manager know. We're going to try to get some t-shirts and everything to get our name out there a little bit more. Thank you so much for coming and having faith in me. I can't wait to get there.
A5.
Did I forget A5?
But we figured you saved the best for last.
I am saving the best for last.
You said you were saving.
I want all my brothers from Alpha Phi Alpha to come up here with me.
You said you were saving them for last.
Right.